Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and happy Sunday. Welcome to Back to Paradise, Your Smile is Your Key. My name is Renée Isermann. I'm the founder of Yoga for Face, and this show is an inspiration. It's a place to bring hope and to give you new perspectives. And for me, it's a very personal journey, what I'm also sharing and who I decide to come on the show. Because I fall out of paradise so many times. And specific after 40, this is showing up in your face. And I don't think Botox and surgery is the solution. So today, it's a very special episode, and it's about just like your body is your best friend. And you have to learn to understand the language and how you treat yourself. And disease, we are talking today about, can be suffering, or you can choose it as the moment of awakening. And I've been there multiple times, and now I want to just give you a little bit of inspiration. Can you bring up the pictures, Dr. Jacqueline? So wherever you are in life right now, and if you are not happy, you're not smiling, please wait until the end. We do an ultimate smile exercise, but this is my journey. And I can tell you, life is giving you the chances to awaken, to become the owner and be responsible for your life and what you do. Thank you so much. And today, or this week, I'm in Ixtapa, I'm in Mexico, and I have one of my favorite leaders when it comes to holistic health. And I'm with him the whole week with the whole life certification program to learn everything about how the body is really functioning and how amazing your body system is. And now I welcome Dr. Darrell Wolfe.
Thank you, Renee.
I'm thrilled. I have goosebumps. And so I was just like, okay, what are we going to talk about? We have about 35 minutes to get you really the inspiration to take ownership and what health really means. So yeah, first of all, introduce yourself. So you are over 40 years, or just like how long are you in the holistic health?
Well, I started in the holistic health business at the age of 22, and I'll be 70 in August.
And this man has the energy. It's just like you just like going, and it's the inspiration. Have you always been like this way, or what was your awakening that you were putting all your energy and all your sources really to make an impact and to show a different way?
Well, I was like this when I was younger, and I think by the time I was 12 years old or 13 years old, I lost it, because actually it is all about attitude, it's all about spirit, and by the time I was 12 years old, my spirit was broken. Because when you have people around you that don't know that they have unlimited possibility, and they run from that, and they run subconscious programs they don't even know they're playing. You know, let me put it to you this way. I mean, don't disrespect, but and when I say the majority, I think approximately about 99% of the population has a 7-year-old trapped in an adult's body. And I don't think that people actually find their authentic self once they lose their authentic self. And that truly is around the age I just said, around 12, 13, 14, 15. You know, you don't know who to trust anymore because, you know, when you first got here, it was unconditional love, and then it was conditional love. And that's, you know, that's how it goes. You know, once I actually knew that it was okay to love and care for myself and not take things personal, and I didn't need approval to be what I wanted, to go for what I wanted. And I meant there was no authority over me. My whole spirit, my energy came back, and I can have anything and I can do anything, and I've proven that. So
Yes, you prove it over and over. And again, I'm just like the whole week now here. I was following you over 5 years. And finally, I said, I have to meet you in person. Because for me, you are really the real deal. We talk, you talk. You don't let BS take over and uncover really like where the body is showing up and how the body is showing up. And yesterday we had a special situation. We were talking about just like the lower back when we get back pain. So I was 15, I think. I was an athlete. I was playing handball, and it was like about the sports, and it was a 4, a 5, and I was just like, okay, yeah, emotional things. But specific when it comes to those, when the body is showing up, you are having a total different perspective. Can we talk about that? Whatever's showing up in your body system.
well, it's we call it issues in the tissues, and everything starts off with the psychological, runs from the psychological to the biological. The psychological controls all the biological. And, you know, people are very confused, and most people are going to stay that way. There's no 2,200 diseases. There's no 110 cancers. There's no 175 autoimmune diseases. There's just messages of love coming from your cells and from your bacteria, whether you want to believe that or not. 50 trillion cells, 500 trillion bacteria are sending you messages that you're out of alignment with your true spirit. And the reality is that these love messages then be titled as symptoms, and then they get titled as diseases, and then they become critical conditions, all because most practitioners have their head up their ass so far, they're never going to get it out. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault, but everybody's been programmed that way. I mean, take a look at it. There's been no medical breakthroughs, just medical breakdowns. And again, people will go, who in the hell does he think he is? Well, 95% of all natural health practitioners do not know the art of living, or that you should be training people, not treating them. And then they don't know how to train them properly, because even the natural health field is not on the target. They've never been on the target. I mean, natural health people have the same paradigm as the medical system. You know, when you get in trouble, come to me. No, that's not the deal. The deal is teaching people to become their own practitioner, to go from victim to hero, to actually teach a person from the moment they rise until they close their eyes how to love themselves on an emotional, physical, and nutritional level. And people don't do that. Without strategy, there's always tragedy, and there's always going to be.
So I'm still live. There's always tragedy. And this is where I can tell you, this is so true. When I was in my 20s, early 20s, I was always getting sick. I was having throat problems, and my throat was just like swelling in 30 minutes, and I was not able to swallow anything. I was not able to talk. So they put me on antibiotics over and over again. And then allergies were starting. So I was just like getting much sicker and sicker and sicker. So I had asthma, I had so many allergies, I had so much going on. And I was just like, I was just like every 3 months I was having the same symptoms. And I was just like, okay, this is the wrong way. This is how my healing study journeys. And I was getting really deep in all the knowledge, what I had to uncover, because I stopped following the normal protocols. I asked questions. And the first I had really to learn to ask myself, how does it feel? Because this is what I want to give you the idea. You are the first person who is feeling the shift when you are connected to your body system. And then your body is a miracle. Every single second, you have new cell productions, every single second. And yes, and he is back again. I said, we can rebuild everything because we have every second new cell productions. We just have to learn the rules so the body is able to rebuild everything. So I was talking about the experience I had. I was on medication every 3 months with antibiotics until I was getting sick and sick and sick and sick. And I stopped. I followed then just like becoming interested in holistic healing, and this is how my journey was starting. And everything what you point out, because you designed a perfect day that guides you through where you are, whatever disease you have, to get your health back. So, and you said strategy and structure is so important.
Well, nobody has strategy or structure, and they don't. Not even the practitioners out there do. You know, the biggest thing that people have to realize is that, you know, the subconscious controls everything, and the subconscious is always being programmed by the exterior world, okay? And it's our interior world that we need to reclaim again.
Yeah, so we have to understand we are more than we can touch, and
yes,
the manifest, and everything starts with, and this is what I really love, and maybe this could be also a takeaway for all our listeners. We have to become aware to be in the present moment, because whatever happened in the past, we can't change.
Well, yeah, there was 2 psychiatrists. One was Freud and one was Adler. Adler said, you know what, observe and learn from the past and leave it there. Never go back. Because if you don't, you're going to ruin the present moment and you're never going to create a future for yourself. But they didn't take Adler, they took Freud, and Freud was a psychopedophile, and he really was, and he was a very sick man. But we know who controls the world is the Rockefellers, you know, J.P. Morgan. I don't want to get into all of it, but they get to decide who's going to teach the majority of the population, what's going to be taught in schools. And so if you keep people off track for their whole life, then they are enslaved. And the reality is that if people woke up to their authentic self and their true potential, then these families and the government would never be able to control anyone. I need everyone to understand out there that if you ever watch me, you're going to see I don't challenge the government. I don't challenge authority. There is just no authority over me. They don't have power over me. They only have power over people that believe they have no power.
Yes, I know you lived it, and this is where just like this is a miracle, because you are talking freely, whatever is what you experienced and what you want to share, and you want to bring awareness. You also, or maybe you put it out. So you were creating. I know there was one movie, it called The Matrix, and I remember when I saw this movie the first time, I was not able to drive. I was so scared. I was just like, what's going on? But I was just like, okay, but this is a special movie. And I still remember this feeling I had when I saw it. And you're coming now with a different version
Yes.
to help people really to wake up, because we need to wake up and to own our power and our authentic self. So, and you're coming from a different perspective than me, but it's just like you were created. You were in Africa. You just come back before we met here in Mexico. So you made your own movie.
Yeah, it's called Escape the Matrix, and break the contracts, break the rules. Now, you can't escape the Matrix, and I don't want to talk over anybody's heads, and not that I would do that, but people don't understand that the whole planet is a matrix. So we're not really trying to escape the matrix, but we got to go and write our own contracts and our own rules. So once people watch the movie, if they want, we will be sending out which is called a Braveheart Heroes contract, where you can write your own contract and you make your own rules and you make your own contracts. I mean, come on, take a look at it. Okay, we've never been so sick in all our life. We've never been so scared in all our life. And everybody thinks the government's there to help them, and some hero's going to come, or somebody's going to float down from the sky and be your savior. And it's never going to happen. It was always about you. It was about always having an inner standing, and it was always about going in and reprogramming your subconscious that plays prominent, dominant programs. And it works for government. It works for all these psycho billionaires that have been actually in control of the planet for a long time. And they're in control of you, whether you believe it or not. You know, I'll tell you right now, when you have no fear, and it doesn't mean you do crazy things to yourself or anyone else, but when you live without fear, and you know that all they do is have scare tactics, and all you've done is you've went to school to be ruled, schooled, and fooled, and you know, you're either going to wake up or you're just going to suffer like everybody else. And understand this: only 1 out of 100 people are logical, so don't look for logic. That's not there anymore. Only 1 out of 1,000 people, okay, have critical thinking, and that's the God's truth. You know, don't tell me that this person has a lot of credentials, because the more credentials I've ever seen anybody have, the more dangerous they are. Thank you very much. Oh, he knows so much. Oh, really? Yeah, give me a break. Okay, all right. And then 1 out of 10,000 people awaken on this planet, where they truly awake and understand what they truly are. Okay, and they don't buy into any more fairy tale stories that have been dragged through thousands of years and made up. Because remember something: whoever wins the war gets to rewrite the history.
Okay, so we are not in this war game, but we are just like in this awakening process, and
that's right.
And it's about just like also becoming, because what I learned over the last decades was, when we hear something, it can just like, are you really getting the message behind, or is it, there are always just like two sides how you can take a message. Specific depends on how your programs are running. So,
but if I can say this, you have to be a higher vibrational being. If you're a low vibrational being, you're going to be doing parasite cleanses all the time, because you're creating them. If you're a high vibrational being, you don't have to do parasite cleanses. You're not a magnet to heavy metals. You don't cause fungus to grow in your body. You make high vibrational choices on who you hang out with, the things you drink, the things you eat, the things you say. You actually start minding your own business, and meaning mind your words, mind what you say, mind what you think, and really start bringing that vibration up.
Yeah, so now we come back to when you really want to be healthy, and healthy 70, healthy 100, and you don't want to be in the wheelchair or this walker, how you say this. So this is how we have to talk about, just like, and this is where you have just like, and you are very strict and also very clean. You don't take bullshit. It's just like, this is, if you love yourself, you start taking care what you put in your.
I'm just not going to take any more toxic views. I mean, come on. People are highly toxic. They really are. And God loves them. But, you know, the reality is this. Do something different. Stop doing what everybody's doing. And also, don't compare yourself to the majority, because you'll never be well. Oh, I'm doing a little bit better than they are. No, you got to really up the game here.
So let's talk about, if someone wants to see really the movie, so how they can, so the movie is starting on Valentine's, right? Was it?
Well, on Valentine's Day, if we have their email, we'll send the movie out, Escape the Matrix. It's a 3-hour, and they can bite it off at a piece at a time. You know, I expect a lot of people to make it for 5 to 10 minutes and turn it off. I really do. Okay. It's like when people went to watch The Matrix, they thought it was a movie, but it was a documentary. And it was the most powerful message of any movie that's ever been done. Okay. So I'm glad everybody was entertained, but you should have been entertained. It should have told you what was going on. You should have got it. But the reality is all I'm going to do is just lovingly pull back all the curtains and lift the veil on this thing. And then people have a choice. And then they've got to go to work. But the reality is that self-love is almost like a sin down here. And it really is. And most people will not have the how can I say this, the fortitude, the willpower to stay the course, to love themselves. Because guess what? We've all been used to having everybody fill up our hearts like a gasoline station. And so, we have to be thankful on our own. The day I stopped terrorizing my family, my friends, the day that everything worked for me, I'm not saying there's not problems in my life, but guess what? It always works out. Is the day that I had unconditional love for myself and I didn't need anything from anyone. And you just shine that light on people and you're there for them. Remember something. You're hardly there for yourself, so you're not really there for anyone else. And you can't be there for yourself if you have any fear-based programs running in your subconscious, which is 90% of your brain. You do know the majority of the population is only in the present moment 2%. Now, what are you going to accomplish for 2% each day? Not much. So you really have to want this. Like, you want to be able to, 3, 2, 1, I got this. Wear your slight smile. Connect to your breath. Really put yourself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help you God. And if you don't, then guess what? You'll live the life and, it's like, oh, I'm comfortable. Well, then stay there if you want.
Yeah, and I think you are pushing a lot of buttons, specific now in the moment, but I want to bring it back because you focus really on to help people to learn and to educate them, because this is where the shift is going. And we had in the courses, like when it comes to all diseases, the biggest disease, it's starting with a C, and we just say it's a monster we were creating. We have Alzheimer, we have demence. You have so many patients over the last decades. When they were following the steps, they were just like magic happened in just like days. This is how powerful our body is to really.
Yeah. But people don't come to me. They come to me when it's almost too late, because people do everything that everybody else does. And then when there's nothing left, they'll go try something that nobody else has tried. And that's the biggest mistake of all. Remember something. You do know why they call it the beaten path. Because on that beaten path, you're going to get beat. Everybody does the same thing. And if everybody just sat back with a logical mind and took a look at the results, and the reality is I know this. It doesn't matter whether it's what they call cancer, which is just stage 4 or 5 inflammation, from a pimple to a tumor. I know that we get the most amazing results because we empower the person. We create the strategy. They take the initiative. I'm not here for people that just want to be treated. I'm not here for people that are looking for the silver bullet. Because the reality is that healing is a lifestyle. And if you understand what heals you will keep you healed, then, you can, at the beginning for the first 3 to 6 months, you're going to go hardcore. But once you get yourself out of that fire and you bring down the fire, you bring down the infection, right? And you bring up your immune system, you can back off. And then guess what? Remember, if you do something long enough and strong enough, it becomes a program. Just know this, everybody out there that is sick, they run sick beliefs. Everyone out there that's poor, they run poverty beliefs. Everyone that's healthy, they're running healthy beliefs. That's just the way it is. And, sometimes the luck of the draw, you get into a family, okay, and that family's certain beliefs, they're much more high vibrational and they create a better life. But the reality is everybody has the opportunity to take a look at their life like a menu and start saying, I like this, but I don't like that. So focus on what you like. Chase your bliss. Dust off your passion and purpose and go for it, and mind your own business. Because as you go, everybody's going to go, oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's selfish. No. If you put yourself first and foremost and you can live that beautiful life, then guess what? Those around you that actually are going to vibrate to it are going to lock into it. That's how that is. You know as well as I do, you can't change people, but if you can change yourself, bring your vibe up, that vibe, that light is going to help guide the way for others.
Of course. I know that also some of our listeners and watchers, they have family situations where when Alzheimer disease and all those things kick in, so they are just like feel tied up. So I can't do this because this is now I'm the caretaker, and so.
But of course they can't do it. You know what? The person that's looking after the sick person is sick here. Why? Because they went to high school, they went to college, they might even went to university, they might even be a medical doctor. They still don't know how to make anybody well. Who knows how to make people well? Well, come on, hardly anybody does it. I mean, everybody out there, you know what? They just throw their hands up. They don't know anything about that. I mean, we get out of school, we don't know how to love ourselves or love another human being. We don't know how to heal ourselves, another human being. Okay? All right? We don't know how to even start our own business. I mean, the whole thing is a mockery against us. And the reality is this, you know what? If you don't have a strategy with somebody with Alzheimer's, and you do know that it's mostly families that look after the person that has the Alzheimer's, and that person is eating the same diet, living the same lifestyle as the person who got the Alzheimer's. And then most people don't know that Alzheimer's is caused because of a leaky gut. And that's the large intestine. You have to have a broken down large intestine for 30 years before you'll have, usually minimum 20 years. But people go, oh, my bowel's fine. I go to the washroom. No, you don't. You don't go well, and you rot it out. And that caused leaky gut. Leaky gut caused endobacterium, lipopolysaccharide to get into your bloodstream, create the inflammation. Then these particles attach to the brain, cause leaky brain. And then guess what? The lipopolysaccharide got into the brain, shut down the dopamine, shut down the serotonin receptors. And now you're not in the present moment. And now you have no joy left. And nobody's talking about it. So everything's all mixed up. It's all mixed up out there. No, people just don't know where to go.
So when it comes to, when someone is watching and they really want to make a shift, so they said, there are solutions. So how you work when people are just like, because here, and this is what I really love, people can always call you. So
yeah, they can.
There's no machine, so you are always available. And this is what the main problem is. Right now, we have only just like robots on the phone, and we are not able to talk to really humans. And this is something where no matter what, you are there, you are guiding, but you count everybody up on the table. So when it comes to family issues or Alzheimer, so if someone wants really help and really want to make progress and turn the script, so how do you work with them?
Well, first of all, I tell everybody out there, don't trust me at all. Don't trust anybody that's in authority or think they know better than you. I would tell people the first thing to do, if they want, they can call me. I'll give them 10 minutes. They can tell me what the condition is. I'll tell them what logic is and what I would do if I was in your situation. And then they can walk away, because I don't need to sell them anything, not trying to sell them anything. They need to sell themselves on themselves, that they're worthy to be healed. They can download my Perfect Day Guide at pdgfree.com. They can read it, or they can go into my bhnapp.com. It's the largest self-care healthcare app in the world. They can go in there and watch master classes, and they'll learn more than the naturopathic doctor, the functional medicine doctor they even go to. Oh yeah, they can even go to Braveheart Nation, which is bhnuniversity.com. That's where we have all our courses, all our trainings. I come on and do a Q&A. I come on and do a Q&A at least once every 2 weeks free for 2 hours. So, I'm not there hiding. And if they really want to, they can get a perfect day consult. I charge $350. If they want to go with one of my practitioners, it's $150. But, they get lifetime support. They get lifetime support. I mean, they can call as often as they want to us. Remember something here, everyone. You have to create a strategy that creates a perfect day. You need to do it long enough and strong enough. It becomes locked into your subconscious so that when your family and your friends say, come eat this, come drink this, come do this, because they need you to go where they are and they want to bring you back into that spot of toxicity, you've got to be able to stand in your power and love yourself enough to say no. And most people can't. Most people only have about 4 inches of consciousness. They'll step on their foot, their mouth drops open. You can put anything in it. And God love everyone, but that's where we're at today. People will almost eat anything. Okay? The reality is this. All the tools are there. I do live Q&As, my perfect day guide. There's just so much once people get there. But you know what? The majority of the population have to be down on their knees begging God, please. We don't have too many people that are conscious enough to go, you know what? I want the best life ever. And guess what? Everything that you've ever, anything that's ever worked out for you, you had to put massive personal action in. But we are taught through religion and throughout centuries that looking after yourself, spending time with yourself, spending money on yourself is selfish. And you need to think about that, everyone. And if you believe that's selfish, then you're never going to make it there. And when you start changing and bringing your vibe up, you know what your family's going to say? Oh, we're not good enough for you anymore. No, that's not true. You are. I love you. But I want to learn how to love myself for the first time in my life. And if I do that, I'll be able to heal myself. And guess what? I'll take the burden off my whole family. You know what? Wouldn't it be great that if you loved yourself and you didn't have to go around and get everybody's approval that you're a good person and that you're worthy? What if you believed you were worthy? How far would you take it then? That if you were worth everything? And if you think that's ego or conceit, then you're never going to make it anyway, because it's not. There's 50 trillion cells, 500 trillion bacteria that are screaming at you with love messages, not symptoms, telling you're out of alignment. And there are no diseases. There's just a bunch of labels. And remember something, the psychological rules the biological. So if you don't want to go in and you don't want to restructure your subconscious that runs 98% of your day, then you're just going to pay like everybody else.
Yeah, you are calling out. And so you were telling like all our cells are listening. They are pure love. You are pure love. And this is just like when you treat yourself, just like imagine, even like when you think you have to go to surgery or other things, you are numbing yourself, we are cutting. So look, I mean, it's just like I'm getting crazy. I'm personal when I get all the Botox and filler and other stuff who was telling you that you're not beautiful. So because you can reopen all those, I think, clogged muscles or parts, just that you can bring back life.
Well, in your face, you can bring back the elastin, you can bring back the collagen, with our Wolfe non-surgical, our cell sonic regeneration, and we even have a new device called an M-Face coming in. Oh, it's a total makeover. And we have another one that's called an M-Sculpt for the body that will totally sculpt the body. And it's all natural, no surgery. So between our cardio med bed, our cell sonic regeneration, and some of these really advanced tools, okay? Remember something, everyone. It doesn't matter what your problem is. It's crystallization, scar tissue formation, and calcification. That's why you're older. Okay, I have the flexibility of a young 20-year-old. You can believe it or not believe it. I have the strength. I have the flexibility, and I've got 25 people working in our business. I've got staff that is probably 1/3 my age and even less, and they can't keep up with me. So understand something. When you have an attitude, okay, of gratitude, and your vibration is really high, and when you don't get hurt and you don't take things personal and you don't need approval for making high vibrational choices for yourself, guess what? You're going to piss your family off. You're going to piss your friends off because you're going to make them feel uncomfortable, and just smile and say, I love you, but I've made different choices, and make sure you hug them a lot and love them a lot, because they think you're going to leave them behind, because everybody lives in fear until they don't.
Yes, I know you do things totally differently, even, and I want to point out this also, because I know that you want to really make a change from your heart with every piece what you do, and you work just like the whole day. So even like showing up, if someone is maybe, what did I say, irritated because you come up with sunglasses on the screen, I want to just like talk a little bit also about the sunglasses.
Well, these aren't sunglasses. These are Tesla glasses.
That's what I want to point out.
Yeah. So the reality is whether people want to believe it or not, between doing my one-a-days, I did 4 one-a-days today on my Facebook. And now I'm on here with you. And and this afternoon, okay, I'm going to be working on a new project called Leaky Gut, Leaky Brain. And when you wear Teslas are the only glasses in the world that take blue light, transform it, and it heals your brain and your eyes. Blue blockers only slow it down. I don't want to block things. I want to transform them. And understand something, without any disrespect, this is what people like. I will never judge anyone. I will observe something and ask a question. But most people are judging all the time. Do you know why? Because they've been taught to judge themselves, because you're unworthy. Also, there's the superstar Dr. Wolfe wearing his sunglasses thinking he's cool. Well, guess what? I'm not thinking I'm cool, but you're the one that's a fool. You are being poisoned by blue light. And whether you want to believe this or not, blue light is what's causing 90% of all hormone disruption is blue light. Did anybody talk to you about that? You also know that blue light keeps you fat. Did you know that until blue light was on the market, we didn't have the cataracts, the glaucoma, the myopia, the detached retina, okay, the dry eyes, the inflamed eyes, the floaters, okay? So all of that. And just remember this. These glasses, actually, I used to wear prescription glasses between the Bioptron, the fulvic eye drops we have, the C60, and wearing these glasses, because you can actually wear these glasses and the blue light that comes through, or any other light, is transformed. It's called fluorine. Look it up. You ever hear of Fibonacci? You ever hear of the flower of life? You ever hear of Tesla? Well, these are fluorine. And it takes every negative light and it puts it into the highest frequency, and it goes in and it heals my brain tissue and my eyes and transforms energy, okay? And it actually creates new pathways in my brain. So, yeah. So, you know what? I'm going to tell you, everyone, ask questions, but not try to come from a judging point. Observe and learn, or judge and burn, okay? You know, oh my God, who's that Dr. Wolfe? He thinks he's so cool with his glasses. He said, yeah. So understand something. I know what the majority of the population has been taught to be like this. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. What would it look like if we all had unconditional love for ourselves and we never judged each other again? Okay. Wouldn't that be something? Well, you wouldn't see anybody going off to war. You wouldn't see anybody working for a corporation that is making poison and then poisoning their brothers and sisters. Why don't we think about that today? Why don't we give that a shot today and understand something? If you actually followed me and you opened up your mind, I would help you on all levels, because guess what? Judge not, saith the Lord. Okay? And understand this, I will judge nobody. So watch out, watch yourself, and make sure that when you look at somebody and they've got purple hair and a nose ring, ask yourself, what happened to them that they actually got there? What happened to them? And then have empathy for them, because that's the only way we're going to heal the world.
Yeah. So, peace is starting here. If we want to change the world, I always say start with your smile in the morning in your mirror. So, and this is where, before we do our ultimate smile exercise together, so I hope you have a pen. I just want to say, so this is a short time, it goes quick by, we are over. So whatever you need, Dr. Wolfe has a solution for it. So reach out. He takes.
Well, I have a solution, but you may not want it. Okay. All right. But the reality is this, why don't you come and pretend you went to a buffet and then just take what you're comfortable with, because that's my gift to you. And 90% of everything I do is free anyways.
That's the thing. So if you really wanted to make a shift, this is a to-go place. And
if I could say something to everyone, if I come back on the show with Renee, we'll have her set up properly, because she's a beautiful person and she's really trying to get the word out. So if anybody checks out any of my information, she will have a link next time. And but if anybody is interested in anything, whether it's my courses, if you mention Renee's name and you call in, I promise you'll get a discount. If you purchase any products or you're interested in anything, just mention Renee's name this time. And you can call the 800 number, 855-900-4544, extension 1. Or if you're anywhere else around the world, you can call 469-861-9872 on WhatsApp or FaceTime or something like that. Mention Renee's name, and I promise you that we'll give you a 10% discount on our products, and we'll give you a discount also on our courses and certifications. And we'd like to, help support her mission as well. You have to understand this, that, Renee doesn't make money from doing her show, and we have to support people like Renee because they have to keep moving forward. And that's what we do. With all our practitioners, we have built a platform to help support all our practitioners so they don't fail. Remember something, there's no support out there for people that really, really love you and care for you, okay? You can believe that's your government if you want, or all the systems that are built out there, but they're not built for that. The things that don't get supported financially are the things and the people that truly want to grow and make a difference and help you make a difference.
So thank you so much. So please take action. Dr. Jacqueline, can we do the smile shift? I know we are total over time. But I think that was important. So we want to make a shift. So do you have a pencil, Darrell?
Do I have a pencil?
Yes. So can you grab one? So just like, can we
I'll grab one and I'll come right back. You have to give me a second, okay?
Yeah. So for everybody, so the ultimate smile exercise, and this is where Dr. Wolfe is also. The whole week he was just like teaching how important the smile is. So this is why I'm so thrilled that he's on the show. Can we pull up the music and the website, just like have a quick picture? So this music we are listening to, the smile exercise, is from Genesis Pro-Life. This music is helping you to make a shift also in your body system, because the music is informing your water in your whole body. So when we go to the crystal pictures, what you can see, water is carrying energy, and it's carrying everything. So this is how we just like when we get stuck, nothing is moving. But when we really want to unfold our uniqueness, our authentic self, this music is also helping. So can you scroll right? So listening to this music, and this music is on my website. So if you want to buy it, we are planting a tree, and you will support your whole environment. So this 60 seconds is a shift in every single way of your being, and we are going. I'm just like teaching. I'm just like do it with you. We do it together, and then we have a small peek. So okay. So the music will play, and we take the pen between our teeth, And I will ask you really to be very gentle with your hands. And I'll give you inspiration how you can touch yourself and what your body is responding when you be nice and kind. Take the pen out, close your eyes for a second. And now feel your feet on the ground. Feel your sit bones and feel the crown on your head. Inhale fresh and clean energy to refill all the open spaces. And exhale, let go of everything you don't need anymore. Feel your feet on the ground, feel your sit bones and the crown on your head. And be aware about your face, the corner of your mouth. How does it feel like? And I invite you to come back with the next inhalation. Give yourself a hug. And the other side also. And remember, we change the world with our smiles. I'm going for 1 million smiles. So I'm happy to have you here on my show. How was the exercise for you? That was the first time, a little bit different than what you did.
It was great. I'm not sure why the pen in the mouth though.
Why? Because it's helping to build the muscle, and this is the biceps.
Okay.
It's helping the face symmetry, and so it's a reminder. So the corner of your mouth go immediately more up, and this is what we have to train when we lose our faces. So that's.
Yeah, and I think it's great. I think it's great. And I think anybody out there, the more awkward you felt when you were stroking your face, the more disconnected you are to loving yourself. So that's an easy litmus paper test to let you know what type of love relationship that you actually have with yourself.
So thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Have a beautiful day, and
Yes.
we'll see you tomorrow.
So, and thank you all so much. Thank you, Dr. Jacqueline, for this amazing platform. Thank you always for making space and time. So if you haven't signed up or subscribed to our channel, USA Global TV and Radio, please do it. If you need any information, please reach out. Let's make a shift. Let's make a change in this world. And remember, you are beautiful, you are amazing, and you are uniquely made. Happy Sunday.
Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? In a world quick to judge, one book dares to reveal the hidden cost of silence. Discover Holy but Harmful, The Silent Sin of Judgment, How Hidden Judgments Destroy Relationships and Damage Lives by Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. The Amazon #1 bestseller that's transforming the way we understand ourselves and the way we see others. Pick up the companion workbook to uncover your own hidden judgments and learn how to break free from them. Available now on Amazon and at fine bookstores worldwide.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Tracy Cram-Perkins, a dementia caregiving survivor teaching how to balance care with peace of mind. #1 resource for dementia caregivers. It's the book Dementia Home Care, How to Prepare Before, During, and After. Over 17,000 copies sold of this must-have guide. And And now a testimonial from Tracy Smith.
If I was to describe this book to someone who is going through a similar situation, I would underscore how important it is to have some sort of a tool or a guidebook to help you through certain stages. And there's so many, it's such an unknown topic to the average person. And to have this as a reference is essential. It's going to help you get through it personally, as well as help your loved one manage.
To learn more, go to TracyCranPerkins.com. Tracy Cran Perkins is an award-winning author. She's also the host of Dementia Home Care television show. Watch it here on USA Global TV and Radio.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.